Well, yes, babies definitely ruin um, a lot of relationships. Not every relationship has its issues and problems. But when I'm speaking on today, because there's so many different factors that can come in between people and what they got going on. But I'm not talking about situationships, ended up having a baby. That I ain't gonna say accident is crazy, but I'm not talking about people that accidentally have kids. I'm not talking about already unhealthy relationships. I'm talking about people that's in full-blown healthy relationships and happen to have a child in the process. It's and this conversation may not be that interesting to most people because nowadays everybody's single. Everybody, at least everybody I come across. A lot of single parents, a lot of childless people walking around here. And then even that, it's a lot of people that are in relationships that be like, I don't want kids. Because society is so expensive now. I think people are like, why would I bring another human being into this situation? Which makes a whole bunch of sense. Even though, throughout time, society has been messed up. But I really want to talk about this because first off, this is not my idea. Somebody gave me this idea, and it was a fantastic idea and topic to talk about because people be having baby fever. They really be having baby fever when they have healthy relationships. Now they want to take it to the next level. Maybe they got married. Maybe they just been in a long relationship and they don't believe in marriage. But now they want to actually start the family. The main goal is for some people is to get married and have kids. Some people just want to forget the marriage and just have kids. And once they do that, everything changes for the good and for the worse. And it's big decisions made that, you can't really prepare for. They say you got 9 months to prepare for the child, but you really can't because there's a lot of mental and physical that go into it. First off, once she gets pregnant, and I'm only speaking for men. I can't speak for women. I'm only speaking from the man side. Obviously, I'm not a woman, but the women go through 95% of the whole thing. So it's like we're there for a support system. And I know what the internet tries to show people, but for the most part, it's a lot of good dudes out here that try to make good decisions. They try to be responsible men and do what they're supposed to do. So a lot of times the relationship can be getting rocky and people think that, oh, let's have a baby, it'll make it better. And that's where the problems come in. But I'm gonna be petty for a second. I'm gonna tell you what bothered me the most, and this is gonna sound petty, so prepare yourself. Those doctor appointments. Nobody is gonna sit you down and be like, hey, when the woman is pregnant, she's gonna have to go to doctor's appointments. As a man, I barely go. I know I'm supposed to go more, but I barely go. So it's like you're kind of forced into doing it because you know how crazy that sounds. If you let your pregnant girlfriend or whatever wife go to a doctor's appointment pregnant and alone, because you see it when you go, you see a lot of pregnant women there, but it's like, what is more important? You better call your job and see if you can come in later, make some type of plans because she can't go alone because she didn't make the baby alone, whatever they say. So that annoyed me. That was a lot. And then obviously, as the time go on, there's more and more of them until the baby gets here. And then once the baby gets here, the good old newborn, and hopefully the baby is healthy, everything goes good. Hopefully everything is wonderful. But once the baby gets here, you're not getting any sleep. Matter of fact, they need to tell people prepare for that. Once you get real close, get as much sleep as possible because you won't get any sleep. Absolutely none. I'm having flashbacks. No matter if you're work overnight, no matter if you work early in the morning, nope, it don't matter if you work them 3 to 11s or 4 to midnights. It doesn't matter. You're not getting any sleep. Because even if you guys both have jobs, 9 times out of 10, people do not let other people babysit their newborn. It even sounds crazy when I say it. It's not going to happen. I wouldn't. I recommend people letting or going to daycares once the kid can talk. Because I done seen some stuff online, like some videos of kids getting abused and all type of stuff. It's crazy, That's crazy. But anyways, the next step, you're not going to get any sleep. But this is the thing. I think this is where it goes downhill. Minus the lack of sleep, which I'm trying to like downplay it, but that's not getting any sleep and still having to go to work, still taking care of a newborn, waking up in the middle of the night, giving the kid milk and whatever it needs, change the diaper. The next step, you really get to know who you had the child with. You really get to know, because now it comes to what the kid's gonna wear. Are we wearing expensive clothes? We wearing Jordans? Are we getting Spider-Man shoes from Payless? Are we shopping at Walmart for clothes? Then it's a little bit after that. Then it goes to what school is the kid going to? Going to a good school? Will you pay tuition? Is it going to a public school? I'm sorry for calling it it. Is the baby going to a school that's far away, up close? It is like a whole bunch of little stuff. And it's like, that's why you have to watch who you have a relationship. Not relationship, who you have a kid by, because you want somebody that's understanding, mature, and willing to compromise. You have to find somebody like that. And the crazy thing is, if you meet somebody and neither one of y'all have children yet, you're not going to know how this person reacts once y'all have a child. Because women go through, what is it called? My bad. What is it called? Somebody had just left a comment saying what it's called when women have the child and they have a lot of mental issues. Postpartum depression. As a man, I don't know how that feels. All I have is empathy and sympathy for a woman that goes through that, because we don't understand it. I don't know what it is. And you're never going to know how a woman reacts to that. I don't know the percentage of women that have it, but I hear it all the time, and that has to be terrible. And as a man, you can't relate to it, so you're kind of just there. Everybody's dealing with it in their own way. Obviously, women are dealing with it more than men. But you go through that, as like I said, especially if neither one of y'all have kids, now you're getting to see who she truly is. I feel like you don't know anybody in a relationship that you're in a relationship with until you move in with them or until you have a kid with them. Because if you're in a relationship with somebody that everybody can get in their ear and change their mind, you're gonna be in a relationship with the family, the neighborhood, everybody, and it's gonna get interesting real quick. Because as a man, you kind of want to like have somebody that gives their input. Y'all have y'all back and forth, but you kind of want to be the last say so. But if she has aunties and a mom that don't like you and all that stuff, they're probably gonna make it difficult on purpose. But anyways, now everything changes. Now everything is rocky. But you know what I haven't talked about the entire time for 8 minutes? The relationship. Where did that go? What time do you have to actually get back to what y'all truly was? Now, as I said before, once the kid can talk, now you can, go on dates and stuff. But even then, if that is your first child, you're probably not going to trust anybody. I wouldn't. I mean, you probably have some family members and stuff that they have kids too, so you can watch how they interact. But it's like, it's a scary world now. So it's like, it's almost y'all together, y'all try to do whatever, and then the baby wants attention, and that's the end of it. It's hard to find that balance between making sure the baby's good, making sure your partner's good, making sure you're keeping up with yourself and not letting yourself go. Because I see that a lot too. Like, especially mothers, all the energy, the clothes, everything goes to the kid. And the mom just be walking around with a ponytail and jogging pants for years until somebody it kicks in and she be like, what about me? And then that's a whole nother story. But I think that's why, well, amongst a whole bunch of other situations, that's why it's a lot of single moms. People in the woman ear making, her not want to listen to the person she had the kid with. If he's not that good of a, dad as much as she thinks he is. Because I dealt with that. Like, I know there's always room for improvement. There's always things that you can do. You can always do more. But the issue is, if you're with somebody that it's just never enough, like absolutely never, no matter what you do, it's not enough. It's gonna be it's gonna be hard being a dad, period, because it always is gonna seem, and I know everybody heard this already, it's always gonna seem like the bad dads that don't care at all. I'm not saying he's trying and he's just failing. The dads that don't care at all, nobody talks about them. They get no type of scrutiny. They're never on child support. It's always good for them. They could just go on into a different state, start a new family. Nobody says anything. But the dads that try, the dads that put in that effort, they talked about. It's like it's never enough. You can do whatever for the child, always be there for the child and all that stuff, and it's never enough. Never. I've been there. I'm talking about me, certain situations where it was like, and I'm far from perfect. I know I can always do more, and everybody has their limit. And I know there's some dads out there that go above and beyond. Like they have multiple kids at every event, every game, every school event. You know, there's a lot of school events, all that stuff. And they keep the kid looking nice, all that stuff. And, you know, it's very natural to compare yourself and be like, I could do more. But it's like, sometimes it's never enough. And once again, the relationship still hasn't came back for most people. And I truly want to like, once I post this video, I truly want to like know how people keep the spark in the relationship after the child, because it always seems like just 100% it's the child. How's the child? Is the child good? Making sure that, you know, especially if you homeschool them. And then what always seems to happen, and I could be 100% wrong, but yeah, you'll see a lot of single mothers with one child. But it's 9 times out of 10, once you start having children, people be having 2 or 3. I feel like anything more than 2 is too much. I don't know how people keep up with more than 2 kids, but that's even worse. You have 2 or 3 kids, 4 kids. I be seeing people with 6 kids. It's like, where did the relationship go? Like, how do you have time unless you have the other kids watching those kids, or they all go to school at the same time, or y'all like schedule when you guys are going to be intimate and all that? Bruh, that is absolutely too much. I don't know how y'all do it. Congrats to y'all. I'm not shaming y'all for having all them kids. I just don't know how y'all do it, because my stress level will be through the roof. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I would be confused. I would probably let myself go and just be wearing dirty tank tops and old hoodies and dirty hats. I wouldn't know what to do, because like, you still live. Once you have a child, you're still living. And I think a lot of people forget that, you know, the good parents forget that, and they're just like, it's all about the kid. And then there's the bad parents that are just all the way up on the other side of the spectrum, where they're just like, I don't care. Where's the babysitters at? I'm still going to the club every weekend. I'm still gonna date multiple people. Like, they be forgetting. I don't know. So I wish people would, you know, having kids is a blessing. It's 100% a blessing. And I wish more people would it would add more to the relationship more than take away from the relationship. Because you could see it from a different light and get to know your partner a little bit more. And it might make you fall in love with them again, seeing how they take care of your child. But it doesn't always end up that way. It doesn't work out that way for most of the time. I really want to look at the statistics and see how bad it is out there. Like, as far as like, I don't even know how they would get the statistics on that, of seeing if most relationships end once the kid is involved. Because I can look at the statistics on child support, and I know, dang, it's probably, I really want to know the ratio. 1 out of 4 men are on child support. But it is what it is, man. That's the video. I'm going to go live every day, Monday through Thursday. That's not every day, but Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Hop in, have the conversation with me. I'm always going to have new topics. I want to talk to people. I want to get their input. It's not all